I'm a pretty manly dude. I think we can all agree. But sorry, 1 second. I like musicals and I'm damn sick of pretending I don't. Okay, society. I have a genuine distaste for the idea that it would be weird for a group of bros to just sit back on the couch with some popcorn, with some beers, and watch La La Land. I mean, geez, man. Like Neil Patrick Harris said,
it's not just for gays anymore.
The first musical I remember watching, and please don't judge my parents for this, was the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Thanks to my dear departed dad, I had a love for rock and roll fused into my blood since the day I was cut from the womb. Again, I'm so sorry, Mum. The first time I saw the Time Warp on the screens at the bowling alley, I was in love with the spectacle and the way that the characters would inexplicably break into choreographed dance. Obviously, it took an appropriate amount of years before I could fully appreciate the movie for all of the sexually charged and fantastically composed scenes, but in that time I found myself becoming more and more fascinated by movies that moved the story forward through song and dance rather than some dramatic exchanges of wild, explosive conflict. Musicals are enormously popular. They always have been. So why is it that I still feel so hesitant to recommend Mamma Mia 2 to one of the boys? Well, the answer is that I know they probably wouldn't like it, which is fine. The truth is that even the best musicals are kind of corny. They just are. We all know it, and that's okay. There's something unnatural, campy, and at times painfully cringe about seeing a group of people burst into synchronized dance, lip syncing and smiling at each other like they've lost their minds. Who is that happy? Have you been outside lately? What the f? But the thing is, we all know that. Even us people who like musicals are fully aware of how awkward that Pierce Brosnan solo is.
Like we were dancing all our stars.
I'm gonna be real with you. That's kind of the beauty of it. There's an immense cathartic relief in just hitting play, sitting back, and just for the next hour and a half, leaving your pride at the door. That's really it. I don't have a long-winded speech to give you about the value of theatrical cinema, except that you can have a lot of fun if you just stop worrying about how girly it makes you look and just give it a go. Yeah, it can be a bit goofy, but who cares if the music slaps? That's my secret shame, anyway. I like musicals. I liked Glee too, but that's a whole other thing. So naturally, what the rest of this video is that I'm going to tell you about some of my favorite musicals, and I'm going to tell you which of the songs from them are just the best ones, objectively, okay? This isn't even just my opinion. You can disagree with me, but you would be not correct. I'll list them in order from the ones I like the least to the ones I like the most. Rock of Ages got a bad rap, and you know what? I get it. Alec Baldwin's acting wasn't great. The main dude was as bland as a piece of wholemeal bread, blah blah blah. But here are 3 reasons that it is worth a rewatch or 10. It's set in the 80s, the fun 80s, without all of the crippling drug abuse. The music is genuinely good. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Tom Cruise, yes. Tom Cruise, his version of Paradise City by Guns N' Roses it fucking bangs. It's good. And last but not least, Julianne Hough. Amazing singer, amazing actor, and god damn! Chicago is set in the 20s, so it's another fun romp through time. The story in this movie is particularly interesting. It's very entertaining, if you can deal with a complete absence of likable characters. Pretty much everyone in this movie sucks. Now, as far as songs go, I know most people would say All That Jazz and Cell Block Tango are the best ones, and fair enough. But I'm going to purposely go against the grain here and maybe mention a different one. I'm just going to point out to you that They Both Reached for the Gun, that song. If you hear that song once, it's going to be stuck in your head for weeks. It's pretty good.
Oh yes, they both reach for the gun. Now you got it.
Right, so you've seen La La Land, and let's be real, you either watched it for Emma Stone or Ryan Gosling, or both, but the music is pretty good too. Pretty much every single tune in this movie is lighthearted and jazz infused, so when you couple that with the tirade of bright colors and the over-the-top dance sequences. You got a fun movie, what can I say? My favorite song from that movie would probably be A Lovely Night. It's just really pleasing on the eyes and it feels a lot more intimate than the big dance numbers. I don't know, just aesthetically, it's really nice to watch and listen to. It feels very Disney. When it comes to Into the Woods, I have no idea how fucking long this movie is. There's like 3 different points in the movie where it seems like the movie is ending, but it's not. It just keeps going. But putting that aside, it's a really good movie. It's very, very interesting. I do like how it mixes a lot of the old fables and fairy tales like Jack and the Beanstalk and Little Red Riding Hood, etc. It kind of mixes them all up. Anna Kendrick is a really, really good singer, and hearing her sing with an orchestra rather than an a cappella band, it's an experience. I would have said that the song where the princes are being comically dramatic is the best one because it's fucking hilarious. But No One Is Alone, it's kind of a game changer. It's a really great song.
Someone is on your side, our side, someone else is not.
Mamma Mia 2. Yes, I'm choosing the second one over the first one. I think it's better. I think it's way better. I liked Mamma Mia 1, but holy shit is that movie corny, even by musical standards. Like I said, you can kind of put that aside and just have fun watching the movie, but at a lot of points it's a bit much. The second one is still a little bit corny, of course, but a lot less, and I think the music is just objectively better. When I Kissed the Teacher, Waterloo, and Why Did It Have to Be Me are all equally good. I literally can't choose my favorite between them. Oh yeah, and by the way, I know that the target audience for Mamma Mia 2 probably grew up listening to Cher. That's fine. But her role in this movie is just pointless. It really is. I know the cast and all that had a blast working with Cher, and like I said, I'm sure a lot of people were very excited to see her pop up in the movie, but you could cut her out, and not only would it not make a difference, I think it would actually probably make the movie a little less confusing. Just saying. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you haven't seen it, you know about it. Time warp. Enough said.
With your hands on your hips.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think The Greatest Showman is the most recent one on this list, and that movie got a lot of great reviews, as it should have. If you're willing to put aside what it did to the name of Jenny Lind, it's a modern classic in musical cinema. If you don't know about the whole Jenny Lind thing, I'd recommend looking it up because she is the mistress in The Greatest Showman, and the picture they painted of her is drastically and I would even say cruelly different to the real life Jenny Lind. The songs are all exceptionally composed and the story is extremely touching. Plus, Hugh Jackman is an absolute king. Now, This Is Me would by far be the best song of the whole lot. I think we all know that, but you also shouldn't go past The Other Side. Not only is it like a really fun song to listen to, but coupled with the actual visual scene in the movie, it's super entertaining. Just watch the bartender through that whole scene rather than Hugh Jackman or Zac Efron. Just watch the bartender. It's something else. People also rip on From Now On for sounding a lot like a Mumford & Sons song, but I like Mumford & Sons, so whatever. Speaking of Hugh Jackman, the next one is Les Miserables. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sure you know about this one too. It's pretty sure it's Oscar award winning. Even putting aside the music, if this wasn't even a musical, it's just a really great and emotional film with world-class actors. Some of the best actors in the world taking you through one of the most emotionally tumultuous times in France's history. And there is simply no way you can put any song higher up than Anne Hathaway's Oscar-winning performance of I Dreamed a Dream. Everything about that is just utter perfection. The acting, the singing, the music composition, even the cinematography, just everything about it just hit the mark. So what's number one? Can you guess? It's Grease. You can't beat it. It is what it is. Grease is the word. Grease has plagued every jukebox and karaoke machine since it came out, and why not? The music slaps, dude. Some really great tunes and just a wholesome message too. If your crush treats you like dirt, all you have to do is change your entire personality and they will like you better and maybe treat you better. It's that simple. There's plenty of other musicals I haven't mentioned that I do like, but these are the ones that I find myself rewatching most regularly. And animated musicals are just a whole other video. So yeah, I'm a manly man who likes ABBA. I better still be invited to boys' night.
It's not just for gays. It's not just for gays. We'd be twice as proud to have you if you go.